Hi, welcome to my channel, or welcome back. Feel free to subscribe if you're interested in any of these things right here. This is, yeah, anyways. New subscribers, hello. Old subscribers, hi. New subscribers, this is for you. It's called an Oopsie Daisies. Anytime I piss you off, or I upset you, or I make you feel uncomfortable, number one, there's a trigger warning on my banner. Number two, there's an Oopsie Daisies I generally provide at the beginning of the videos that you can take with you anytime you need to and put it in your pocket. Okay, so that's for you. And if you get hungry, you could take one of the vowels out of the Oopsie Daisies and take a nibble off of it, okay? So I hope you're doing well, or as well as we all can be doing in these very strange times. I'm not going to speak on the times, for they are all strange, are they not? But I will say one thing. And that's it. Ooh, I have so many things that I want to say, but I think I should just write a book because I already got like in trouble. I already got on multiple platforms for saying something about it's okay to be a human being and have feelings, and then also vocalize your feelings to an extent. Um, so I guess I was a big, because I was a bad girl. I think. Anyways, we're gonna just move on. I got a parcel. I had. Mm, 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 mm. I got a parcel today, and within it, this is a crow skull. It's an actual crow skull. I'm really excited. I got a crow skull, incoming taxidermy pictures. If you're not into that, skip forward like 30 seconds. But I got a pair of wings and a bunch of crow feet, and of course this crow skull. I'm extraordinarily excited to have received them, and something I like doing, which whatever, I don't give a fuck. I grew up around farm animals. Okay, so when I was younger, we raised chickens, ducks, and rabbits. I had a jackrabbit, and his name was Mr. Bun Bun, um, and Bun Bun for short. And he was so big, he would eat all the cat food in the neighborhood. And I would dress up in my blue Cinderella dress costume, and I'd walk my rabbit on a harness on a leash around the neighborhood when I was a little girl. And people would leave snacks for him outside of their doors while I walked my rabbit down the street. We'd go to the taco truck down the way and get barbacoa and cilantro tacos. It was a very fun experience. But I grew up around farm animals, livestock, and what I like doing, and I've always had birds, I like the scent of birds. Now, under their wing, birds, they have wings, yes. Under their wing, right there, um, it's very hot. There's like a heat because it's close to their heart or their body. I don't know for sure. But when I was a little girl, I used to always pick up my ducks and chickens and cuddle them, and I would smell under their wings. And so as a child, I would do that, and it was a very comforting scent. And then as an adult, I still kind of do that to an extent. As a kid, I also had doves. I raised doves, and I had a dove that lived in my room, and she would sit in the corner. We had a corner perch for her, and she'd sit there, and at night she'd go into her cage, which was open throughout the day, so she could go fly over my room to go to her perch, which had like poop catcher at the bottom of it, so she could be free. Um, but I love my doves. I think she was a ringneck dove. I don't know if it was legal for me to have her, but let's get into that. I don't give a fuck about laws sometimes, and I just don't. And so, was it legal for me to have a ringneck dove when I was like 11 years old? I don't know, and I don't care, and I'm not gonna feel bad. It's an experience I had. Did I decrease the population? Um, no. There's a strange amount of social guilt people put on each other for laws in place that I don't really agree with all the time, and so I don't give a fuck. And like, there's a point in your life where you just have to step up and accept the consequences for things that you do and things you do not do. um, there's just a point in your life. Like, I am all for accepting the consequences of shit that I've done to an extent, and also arguing and fighting it out in court. Like when I was younger, it was a very scary thing because I was unaware. But after surviving death and then also going through a lawsuit, you learn a lot about the court system and how the games are played. And it is a game. The court system is a hilarious game, and it's atrocious and disgusting sometimes as well. Anyways, I got this beautiful crow. It's a genuine crow skull. Okay, I got it from somewhere. And I love it. It's not an American crow. That is illegal to have in America. To possess body parts of birds in America. Anyways, underneath the crow's wings or the bird's wings, there's a part of their the bird armpit. And as a little girl, I'd always hug my chickens and my ducks, and I'd sniff it. Like, I just put my face into them. And so I love that scent. It's a very strange, comforting scent to me. And when I got the wings in today, I smelled them, and I was just like, it didn't smell too good. It smelled like taxidermy. Like, there was a chemical to it, but I was like, oh. Every time I have a VHS that's made out of a certain type of vinyl, I smell it. And then every time I pick up a bird, I smell it too. Or a rabbit. I like the way rabbits smell. Um, and you're probably like, what are you talking about? Well, I'm talking about my experiences, babe. That's what my YouTube channel is for. So I like the way rabbits smell. I don't like I'm not talking about their urine and feces, okay? I'm not a fucking freak. There is a scent on the skin of a rabbit. And behind their ears, if you have a flop-eared rabbit, like a lop, like a Holland lop, the scent is behind their ear flap right there. And you could cuddle them and sniff it. And it's just, I don't know, it's nice. It's very nice. I like the way rabbits and birds smell. They have a specific smell to them that I really enjoy, and I find it extremely comforting. When I was younger, I used to live out in the country down here in the county I live in. I think I was in about like first grade or something, so very young. And we lived on some land in a trailer in the middle of nowhere. And it was undeveloped until they put a trailer on it and erected a light post for us to have electricity. We had to get a grant from the government to the how do you say? It went from like there's a thing where you take raw land, and make it livable by erecting a light post. It's a thing. It's a thing. It's a thing. I don't know. Here it is. So there was we had 2 acres of land. Well, not we. My mother's boyfriend, my stepfather, who is a devious bastard, and he is dead. So okay, whatever. Like whatever. I think like there is some kind of justification and like beauty, and whenever your abusers die, it's like a little gift. May all your abusers die before you, so you can live in a world where they do not exist, and you can revel in the glory of hearing birds sing and cicadas scream without them existing. Anyway, so we lived on 2 acres, and there was a farmer between us. Like it was a long stretch of land, and at the end there was people, and at night when I would look out my window, I would see lights bouncing in the acreage, which made no sense. So I always thought they were like haunting, like lantern lights out seeking something. They were like apparitions or something like that. But there was a barn, and every hay season, the farmers, they gather the hay so they could have fresh hay in a barn for their animals throughout the winter time. They have hay and feed. So this farmer had a red barn, and I was very, very mischievous as a child and a loner. And I was in first grade, and so I was hard of hearing, and I was hard-headed, stubborn and stupid and adventurous. A crazy concoction for a little girl, but I was. And so the farmer had filled his barn to the top of the barn with hay squares, not the bales, not the circular ones, but rectangular squares about 4 feet by 2 feet, something like that. About no 3 feet by 2 feet, something like that. A big square of hay, and he filled it to the top, the brim. And so, what I would do behind everyone's back, behind my mother's back and behind the farmer's back, is I'd sneak into his barn and I'd climb to the top of his hay pile, and then I'd go down the hay every evening after I would get off the bus for school. I would do that. Now, I didn't fuck up his hay. I wasn't like snipping it and making it go everywhere. Sometimes it would fall down, but it was a lot of fun. And I did eventually get in trouble. The farmer went to my mother and questioned what I was, if I was in there. And of course I had hay all over my clothes. And so, yeah, no shit, bitch, I was. And of course, at that time, there was a lot of really annoyed, bitchy, like, older people. They were not cool. They were not fun. They hated how annoying I was. Like, ugh. It's just aggravating because in the South back then, when I was a child, there was tons of like older people that demanded respect and whatever. And yet, was I being a little bitch? Yeah, but like also they always wanted like almost like the ultimate punishment for me as a child. Being goofy and mischievous, they always wanted to, like, if not take me out of existing, like then beat me to the edge of that. And I'm just like, dude, I'm a kid. I'm like literally in first grade, and you want to like put me on, like, you want me drawn and quartered or something maybe for fucking around in your hay. I'm going back tomorrow, bitch. So just kidding. But yeah, I was just really like, it's not that big of a deal, I'll go. So I got in trouble and I had to go help him stack his hay back up or whatever. But okay, but should you get the authorities involved for me fucking around in your barn? Like, I was just a little kid. I was just being mischievous. Fuck off. It is. Yeah. So I forgot to do this earlier, and I'm sorry. What are you watching? What are you listening to? What are you reading? I would like to know. Please feel free to leave a comment below, or not. You don't have to. It's fine. It's whatever. I don't care. Yesterday, oh my god, I just kicked the shit out of that. I just kicked the shit out of something. Yesterday I watched Hot Fuzz and Pride and Prejudice, and then today I was watching, holy hell, what was I watching? I think Phantom of the Opera. And then I stopped watching it. I get distracted very easily. But yeah, it's okay. I have a bunch of books coming in tomorrow that I'm really excited about. I've been stalking them. They've been going through Arizona and Las Vegas and parts of Texas, and I've just been like tracking my order. Like, you ever place an order and then you immediately go look out the window and see if it's there. Like, I don't know. Yeah, that's me. That's what I do. But yeah, I'm just kind of, I don't know, I'm in a strange mood. So I got pulled over by a state trooper a couple of days ago, like maybe a week ago or something. I was coming back from the planetarium, and she had like an attitude. She sounded like she did a bump of coke. I was about a block away from my home. I was coming home from the planetarium, and she was extraordinarily rude. Now, all state troopers in the whole of Texas are rude. It is a running joke that they are absolute bastards, and they put the hat on and they become a cunt. That's a running joke. And I have friends who are cops, and they're not all bad. In fact, some of them I really do enjoy, and I know cops that are complete devious, just need to get kicked into a hole. Okay, sharp rocks at the bottom. I know all kinds of people. I know good people, I know bad people, and of course that is my personal bias and understanding of what good and bad is. Okay, so but as a whole, I think we could come to a common ground with the bad people I know, and all agree that there's a certain place in hell for them, and if not, there's a certain place on earth for them, and we can make it hell. Anyways, like, this cop, she pulled me over. It wasn't a cop, I'm sorry, it was a state trooper a block away from my house, and I was doing nothing wrong. She got very irate with me because my light bulb on my back license plate was out, and she let me know that what I was doing was extremely illegal. And the way she was acting, like I said, it was like she did a bump of coke. She was rubbing things in her gums or something. I don't know, but she was feeling it. Okay, and so I have this false license in my purse, and it's a picture of an alien, and it says Alexander Leon, and so the abbreviation is A. Leon, and it's a joke. It's from Roswell, New Mexico. We go there once a year for the Crash Festival. We talk to Travis Walton, and we just fucking hang around Roswell, right? So I have some like stuff from Roswell in my car, um, and I have tons of anyways. It just so I was like, okay, well, I'm in clown white makeup, literally. It says clown white light. This is what I wear, clown makeup. I was wearing clown makeup. I had red lips and I looked like a fucking clown. She pulled me over and she started treating me a certain way, and so I just dished it right back to her. Now, should you do this? No, I'm not advocating you to do a fucking thing. In fact, I am pretty clear that you should make your own fucking decisions. Now, I did this. I do things and I accept the consequences of my actions, okay? And am I telling the whole fucking planet to Pied Piper behind me? No. I'm just telling you an experience I had a couple weeks ago. About a week ago-ish. A couple weeks ago. Yeah. She pulled me over. She was acting like a bitch. It was over a stupid thing. Okay, yes, my light bulb's out. All right, but it was not like a fucking thing in need of capital punishment, okay? So she was acting like she was going to write me a ticket, and as if I was, whatever. She asked if I had anything in the car. I was like pulling my license out, and I was like, oh, she's in a certain mood, whatever. So I was like, okay, you want to make me feel stupid? I'm in clown makeup. So I pull out my fake license that have an alien on it, and I said, no problem. I got my license right here. I'm really nice. I'm really courteous. I got my big lashes on. And and so I hand it to her and I look at her. I'm just smiling, and she goes, what the fuck? And I was like, I'm just kidding. I'm just joking. She started laughing. I started laughing. She felt stupid. I also felt stupid and scared. But the fact that she started laughing, I was like, okay, I just leveled the playing field. We're both now at the same vibration. I handed you a fucking alien license, and then I handed her my real one after that, and then I apologized for my haircut and my license picture because it's kind of fucked off. And so we joked about that too. And so she was like, oh, are you into Halloween or something? And I was like, no, I dress like this every day. She asked me for my insurance. I said, it's probably better that you run my license plate number because I have to call my husband. He's going to have to email me over a copy of my insurance, and I guarantee I've done this before. I've done this dance before with other police officers. It's better for you to run my plates. I do have insurance, and go ahead, do a background check and do everything you're about to do with my real license while I put my alien license up, and I sit here on the phone with my husband. So I call my husband. And I tell him, hey, send me over the insurance. I'm getting pulled over, and I get a warning, whatever. Everything comes back good, whatever, and everything's fine. She leaves me alone, but I guarantee you that night she had to think twice. I pulled over this bitch in clown makeup, and she gave me a UFO alien license. Now, could I have gone to jail? She could have slapped cuffs on me for anything. Sure, but I'm not afraid anymore. I don't give a fuck anymore. Am I saying that you should or shouldn't? No. What I'm saying is that I'm sharing an experience with you that I had like a couple of weeks ago. She treated me a certain way. I didn't appreciate it. So what I used was what I had on me. I used my humor to level the playing field and make everybody feel like a jackass because what she was doing was kind of stupid. She was acting as if she was truly going to write me a ticket and then search my car and everything, which I don't have anything in my car. I'm telling you this story because I'm backing up and I'm leading to something, okay? I may have purchased, on a whim, 6 porcelain dolls from Goodwill. Now, I'm thinking about purchasing more, but here's the thing. I've got a thing I'm going to be doing. I've got a gimmick. And of course, like I said, you're going to have to accept the consequences of your actions, right? If you do something stupid, place to begin, win stupid prizes. Now, should you fuck with the cops all the time? No. This was a state trooper. The police around here are pretty cool with me. They know me. They know my car. They know I look like a fucking idiot. Generally, they don't give a fuck, And so whatever. They don't really fucking care. It was the fact that it was a state trooper just coming in and out of whatever. She had been getting it or something because she was, I was like, God damn, bitch. And here's the thing I left out. I'm so sorry. I forgot to tell you. She almost hit my car. She was this close to hitting my fucking car. She slammed on her brakes and got over behind me and flipped on her lights. But I didn't know she was a police officer. All I saw was how close her fucking headlights were to the ass of my fucking car. So the beginning of it started with her threatening me with her fucking vehicle, and then it was a pullover for a light bulb. Do you understand? That's where I got mad, because it was stupid. Thank you so much. Yes, let me off with the warning. Yes, bitch, warn my ass. Like, yeah, my license, my light bulb's out. It could have been an easy, like, hey, I just wanted to let you know. But no, she wanted to feel a certain way, act a certain way. That's cool. That's whatever. It's gravy, baby. I don't give a fuck. That's cool. But I am going to make you feel stupid. Why should I not? Why should, like, okay, if she would have wanted to pull me out and rough me up, whatever, that's fine too, baby girl. All right, that's fine, whatever, you know, like, I'm in this era of my life, I don't really fucking care, and I'll just call one of my friends to bail me out, and then we'll sue them and get money. It's fine, it's okay, and they can slap whatever they want, and I love throwing myself against things. So why not? But anyway, so here's the thing. I'm getting to the gimmick, okay? So that whole situation pissed me off from the beginning of her almost hitting my car, slamming on her brakes, getting right up on my ass, and acting like a certain way. Like I said, she was on something. Now, can I confirm or deny that? No, but the way she was acting, she almost hit my fucking car, and then she proceeded to act like a total bitch. So I just proceeded to fuck up the whole situation by giving her a false license with a fucking alien on it and making everyone feel stupid. Anyways, I got off with a warning. So I have bought 5 porcelain dolls that look haunted, very old dolls from Goodwill, and I keep them in my trunk. And the thing is that I'm going to be cleaning out, and I don't use my trunk for anything except Halloween props. I have gloves and bags back there for if I need to pick up taxidermy and things of that nature. But for like curbsides, I just, I don't, whatever, it doesn't matter. So my trunk is not like, there's nothing in my trunk that's of any consequence. It's not important. So my gimmick is, because if I fucking run into another cop and they want to act like a complete dickhead, sometimes they do around here, but there's an asshole around here that goes around filming them. So they kind of have eased up on the dickishness, right? So I bought 5 porcelain dolls, and now I keep them all in my trunk. I keep them all, and I'm going to continuously buy more porcelain dolls and keep them in my trunk. And if I get pulled over by an officer and they're like, is there anything in the car that I should know about, I am purposefully going to be like, man, I don't think so, but I haven't checked my trunk in quite some time. Now, mind you, if I get pulled over, I'm going to look like this. This is the hair. I'm painting a picture. This is what I'm looking like. I'm getting pulled over. Oh no, I'm getting pulled over. Oh my god. Hi, officer. How can I help you? Okay, don't check my trunk. And when they go check the trunk, I want to get to like 100 dolls to the brim. Just tons of porcelain dolls. And then I'm just like, I'm sitting there like this over the steering wheel. I'm just like, and they're like, and if they search my car and want to rip it apart, that's fine. But every doll they break, I'm gonna motherfucking write that shit down. I'm gonna film them, and I'm gonna fucking send them a fucking, how do you say, like a list, a receipt in the mail for everything they fuck up. But yeah, I just think that would be so funny. I think that's so fucking funny. Like, to be like, oh my god, like, I don't know, I haven't checked the trunk in quite some time. I've let people use my car, I don't know. And then like when I pop the trunk, my trunk doesn't go all the way up, it just opens up a little. So I can't wait to see the horror of somebody's face and stupidity, just the horror and stupidity of them opening my trunk and seeing like 50 porcelain dolls, looking up at them like, who would do that? Me, bitch. I'm out here, I'm doing that. So I'm excited. I got a gimmick I'm cooking up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm excited. Now, you're probably like, why are you like this? Who fucking cares? Who cares why I'm like this? It's funny. I think it's funny, so I'm going to do it. I may purchase, I don't know, a fucking set of lungs and formaldehyde and keep them back there too, and just be like, oh my god, like, just, you know, like, because I think it's funny. I think that if you're gonna, I don't do anything illegal. I rarely do. Okay, sometimes I speed, all right, but that's not, I don't do drugs, I don't drink and drive. Every once in a while, I'm not gonna lie to you. This is not a place for lying. I do be speeding. I like going fast. But here's the thing. if I get if I get wrapped up in that. Ooh, that's my own fault. That's my own fault for being a dumbass. Now, am I saying that you should speed too? No. Am I saying that you should put porcelain dolls in your trunk for the next time you get pulled over and tell the cops that you don't know there might be something? No, I don't know your life. I don't know your life, honey. Like, listen, but I live in a small town, and so it's rare for cops to act like that. The issue I have is she was a state trooper, not from here, just passing through, never seen her in my life, and she was like a city girl. She was a city girl in a small town. Hey, me too, bitch. So let's get real with each other real quick. You know, there's no reason for you to act a certain way. And here's another thing I have issues with. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what your job is. You could be the Queen of England, the King. I don't give a fuck. It doesn't make you a good or a bad person. A job is a job, honey. The King of England, that's a title, bitch. I don't know what he does behind fucking closed doors. Do you understand what I'm saying? Just because you're a cop, just because you're a librarian, just because you're the principal or superintendent at a school, that is a title. That doesn't immediately equate good or bad. Do you understand? The people, we're very stupid. We are. All of us are, including myself, okay? So I'm not just saying you are, but I am definitely saying we are, okay? We're all fucking dumb to an extent, and that's okay to admit to an extent. Like, hell yeah, I'm dumb as hell. Putting porcelain dolls in your trunk and just waiting for cops to pull you over because you want to see the look on their stupid fucking face, that's dumb. But it's also really fucking funny, right? Maybe not. Maybe it's just my humor. I don't care what you think. I think it's fucking hilarious. I might also put duct tape and a shovel back there just to make it look more crazy. Like, what the fuck is this bitch doing? Who knows? You want to waste my time? I'll waste your time. I love that. Like, yes, queen, let's do this. And then I will call my therapist and be like, hey, look, hey, babe, I want to be honest. I want to level with your ass real quick. Can you come bail me out? What are they gonna do? They're gonna fucking arrest me for what? Possessing dolls and a shovel? Attempt to what? To waste your time? Bitch, you're wasting my time, honey. Like, whatever. I don't give a fuck. Anyways. But yeah, so, yeah, whatever. But here's the thing, like, I'm mischievous. I get bored. I do. I understand. And when somebody is acting like an asshole to me, sometimes I like jacking them around. I do. Is that wrong? It might be. I'm not sure. I know that we're supposed to like look the other way and like not act like that when someone's doing that shit to us, but oh man, guys, sometimes I can't. Sometimes I can't look the other way. Sometimes it's a call to action and I'm just like, dumb bitch reporting for duty. What's up? Okay, all right. Now, am I saying you should do what I do? Absolutely not. In fact, if you do what I do, that's stupid. I am stupid. I'm openly admitting I don't know anything, and I'm an absolute fucking idiot. I really am. That's the only thing I will admit is that number one, I truly don't know anything, and number two, kind of stupid. And that's okay because I'm openly admitting it to you guys and to myself as well. And I'm okay with that. But like, I'm also not okay with somebody abusing and misusing their title, their position of power. I've been fucked around with by cops my entire life. Sorry, my hair, because I'm getting an attitude. My hair keeps falling down. Fuck it. Anyways, I have been fucked around with by cops so much my entire life. I don't give a fuck. And like you said, I have friends who are cops. Now, can they bail me out? No, they don't give a fuck about me. If I'm breaking the law or pissing off one of their friends, they're buddies, you know what I mean? They're homies. They just know me from high school and they know I'm kind of crazy, so they give me a little bit of a, like, no, are they giving me special treatment? No, but because they know me, they're like, oh, that's that one bitch. Girl, what are you doing here? And I was like, committing crimes. I had porcelain dolls in my trunk. I thought it would be funny. And some of them will think it's funny. Some of them will have to call my psychiatrist. Like, whatever. Like, it's whatever. Like, the apple orchard? Like, it's like, whatever. Like, I think we live in a world that now where those people from the past that used to be very constricted, like, the older people that I grew up with, they survived Vietnam and World War II and shit like that. And and they didn't go to therapy. Instead, they came home and they were like, sunshine, lollipops, and rainbows, everything. You know, they were like, have children, buy a house, you know, like they did not help the veterans of the first war, the second war, the Vietnam. They did not help those poor fucking veterans. Instead, they were just like, anyways, why don't you come back home if you survive? That's so great. We're not going to admit anything we did wrong. And also, go have a family and just inflict that pain on your kids, you know, and your grandchildren, you know. Like, when you think about it, have you guys ever, let's just stop there. Sorry, hold up. Let me fix my hair. Have you guys thought about that? Have you come to that conclusion yet? Sorry, I have my pumpkin here, her makeup. Have you guys come to that conclusion yet? Have you come to that intersection that they did not give therapy to the veterans of Vietnam, but they fucking sure did make them go there? Like, I got uncles, well, they're dead now. Everybody's dead in my family. That were just totally fucked off from they were fucked off in the head because of what happened with Vietnam. I don't think any of them had therapy. And the VA, from what I know, treats them like shit. From what I talk to, because I talk to people. So I talk to people from, you know, they have to go deal, just they hate dealing with that shit. And it's very sad. It's very sad. I think that all humans across the board, all the systems in place they treat everybody like shit. They only favor the mega rich. And I don't understand how to play these games because I'm stupid. I don't understand how to play these games. It's a game not meant for me, and so it's confusing. But let's go back to everybody in my family's dead. So last night I had a dream. That I was in a mausoleum, and I bought this beautiful nightgown yesterday, and it is to die for. It is to die for. And I spoke openly about wanting to be buried in it. And perhaps that's why I had this dream. So I had a dream that I was sleeping in a mausoleum, and when I woke up, nobody was there. And I frequent cemeteries in real life. I frequent cemeteries. It got to the point in my life where my husband would drop me off at a cemetery, and he'd take the kids, they'd go shopping or whatever, and I would just wander around the cemetery for hours when they were shopping and hanging out. When they were done shopping and hanging out, they'd come pick me up, scoop me up or whatever. But it was in my alone time. I like going into cathedrals and sitting in the pews and looking at the stained glass and just absorbing things. I don't like when the preachers are out and about talking to me about Jesus and stuff like that. But when you go to a cemetery, they're generally very respectful. There's a quietness and an isolation that is peaceful and loving. And so usually the preachers are just there and they'll be like, do you need help? And if you're like, then they're like, oh, whatever. And they allow you to mosey around without shoving something down your throat or up your butt. Oh, sorry. But yeah, and so I love cemeteries. In fact, every city I go to, I find the oldest cemetery I can and I fuck around in it. I just, you know, I touch all the headstones and look at stuff. I'm very respectful, I'm very calm and courteous, but I love stained glass and I love old churches. And I know it's so ironic because I'm not a very big fan of the Abrahamic faith, but I do enjoy the architecture and the stained glass and churches and the way it's built and just all of the wood of the pews and everything is like handcrafted and strange and peculiar. It's strange, and so because I am outside of it, I find an admiration for faith that people do have. I think it's very beautiful and strange to me. It's beautiful and strange. So I had a dream I was sleeping in a mausoleum last night. And when I woke from my mausoleum, I like moved I was sleeping in a tomb. I was sleeping in like a, you know, the concrete enclosure, and I moved it and I sat up, and on my tomb there was tons of like flowers and rings and jewelry and notes and dolls and all kinds of stuff. And there was a crypt keeper there, like somebody who took care of the cemetery, and he was there, but he looked like Frankenstein's creature. He looked like a lurch or something, very like you know. But I had fallen in love with him, and he was my best friend, and he was silent. He didn't say anything, but he always showed me when I awoke every night from my tomb. I don't know, I guess I was dead. I guess I was sleeping in a mausoleum, but I was dead, and yet I was alive. I was undead, I suppose. I don't know. It was a very strange experience, but everything was a beautiful color. It was like this pastel green, and like the light coming through the stained glass. Everything had a shimmer of this beautiful green. It was almost like that arsenic kind of green, you know what I mean? Like it was just so pretty, and everything was marble, and on the marble was moss growing, and it was a little damp and it had a scent to it. But he showed me all of the things people had left for me, and I was like, that's really cool, that's really amazing. And near me was a fountain, and the fountain, actually there was water under the mausoleum, and I would go and swim into it. And I remember looking up, and there was moss in the water and lilies and things of that nature, and the way that the pastel green light came through the stained glass and hit the water was this beautiful uh, baby blue color, a blue green color. It was very beautiful and mesmerizing. And it was so quiet, and I felt the water, and I remember just sitting in the water, like with half of my eyes above the water and below the water, and just sitting there staring at this crypt keeper while he was doing his rounds and things like that. And I was watching him, and I was so curious about what he was doing and everything. And then he would show me the things that people brought me, and I was like, that's really neat, that's cool. But I lived in this mausoleum. It was my place where I lived. And then it was like, I told him, I was in love with him. I was in love with him. I was very smitten with this crypt keeper man who looked exactly like Frankenstein's monster in a suit and everything. I don't know, he did. And I was in love with him. And I was like, I love you so much. And I kept smooching him on the cheek. And I was like, I will come back for you. I will come back for you. But as soon as I left the mausoleum, there was like a lot of people there in cars. And they were like, there she is. And they grabbed me and rounded me up and took me away. And I remember looking in the back of the car at the mausoleum where the crypt keeper was and where I was supposed to be in my tomb, and just scared that I couldn't communicate with him. I couldn't tell him that I wasn't coming back, and I couldn't come back. And they drove me very far away to this weird farmhouse, and everybody there was like, where have you been? How you've been missing for so long, blah blah blah. And it was a very strange dream. It was very strange, and it was very, very sad. I was extraordinarily happy at the mausoleum. It was so silent and it was so peaceful. And in my dream, I felt my body calm to that state where, like, I've died before. And there is this 0G oblivion that I can only explain. There's no sound, there's nothing. It is nothingness, but it also is like a hug of an eternal blackness of oblivion. And in my dream, I felt that again. I felt death again in my dream. And it was so nice. It was the greatest feeling. This must be what people who are addicted to drugs, and not to trigger anybody, but that has to be what they chase, is that death's kiss oblivion. And I have died before, and I have felt that feeling. I loved it. Okay, I fucking loved it. I'm not gonna lie. And there's no amount of drugs in the universe that'll ever equate to that. So it was a beautiful dream in the beginning when I was under the water at the mausoleum and just watching the crypt keeper move things. And he wasn't just taking care of my tomb or where I was sleeping or resting or whatever, where I was hiding. I don't know. I couldn't really understand who I was in this story, but I understood how I felt. I felt that peace and happiness, and it was so quiet. He didn't even speak. He was silent, and everything was silent. And it was so nice. You could hear the birds outside, but there was like a humming of the wind through the mausoleum, and also the light was beautiful, and it was heaven. It was heaven on earth. So I loved it. I loved it in the beginning stages of the dream, where I was just like, I loved this person I was observing. He was so sweet and he was so kind, and he was taking care of the dead, and he was my favorite. He was silent and moving through things, and he himself was undead, kind of. He was like Frankenstein's creature, eternally taking care of everyone's tomb. And I had such, like, it wasn't like a straight, like, it wasn't a carnal love or anything. It was an innocent love. Like, I genuinely appreciated this person's existence, and I found them to be fascinating and sweet and endearing and magnificent and beautiful, and like things that poetry is made out of, the things that people eternalize, the softness of the human existence that is eternalized in nature, the parts of humanity that are good, and yet he was not human. It was very strange, and I was so sorrowful whenever I told him, I'll be right back, I need to leave the mausoleum. And as soon as I left, there were people at the bagged me and grabbed me and threw me in a truck. And I just remember looking out the back of the truck at him and like, no, no, like I was leaving my caretaker. I was leaving the person who loved me so much without loving me, because he did not love me. He was just taking care of the dead. And that was I was part of his rounds or whatever. And it was such a good feeling. And then the end of the dream, it was such a bad feeling. And I woke up from it. I woke up from the feeling of like being so happy and being in so much love and being in so much silence, and everything was softer. The light was soft, the birds chirping was soft, the air was hollow, humming through the mausoleum. The smell was soft. I don't know. It was a very strange dream. But it was sweet, and it reminded me the time that I did die, when I was in the wreck of the Oblivion and the Zero G and the everything. And it made me remember about all the times I went to go to different mausoleums and tombs, and I just wandered around for hours alone, and I felt that peace. And then when I died, I felt that peace too. And so there's places and spaces on this planet that embody the peace, that feeling, those liminal spaces of love, ever after and everlasting, and the things that poetry is really made out of. Those, that love, that eternal fire, that is also warm but not too hot. I don't know. It was a very strange feeling. Anyways, I'm gonna go. It was a very strange dream. I have to go write it down and like hash it out with myself and figure out like, girl, why are you dreaming like that? I don't know if it was because I was talking about, oh, when I die, I want to be buried in that nightgown. And I say things like that all the time. It's not a big deal. Everybody dies. It's not a big thing. Like, oh my God, we all die. Like, get over it. But no, we all do. Our life is very minimal on this planet. And so it's very important that you do something you love. You know, whatever it is, it's important you do something you love with the time you do have. Even if you love being a little mischievous and putting porcelain dolls in your trunk for the cops to go search and just to see what they think. What do you guys think about that? Like an artistic piece. And like maybe I should put a note saying this is all a joke, this is art, like a disclaimer in my trunk. Like the art exhibit. Like I should put a plaque in my trunk, like 2024 porcelain dolls duct tape. Like, you know, like the art plaques. Do you think that'll get me out of trouble? I want to be bad. I want to be bad. I want to be bad. I want to be mischievous. I have a feeling in me. There's now, do I want to deface property? No. But I just want to make somebody think something. Mostly, I want them to question the reality as much as I do. inflict my questioning on people. What do you guys think? I'm just kidding. I'm gonna go. I'll see you guys later. I'm so sorry. No, I'm not. I lied. I lied. I'm not sorry. Whatever I said it. Also, I got this beautiful, this is a crow's, it's a crow skull, and I love it so much. It's so delicate. It's a baby. It's baby. I love crows. I do. I can't help it. I saw, okay, here's the thing that's so crazy. Earlier when I was at the store, I saw a murder of crows. It's a pack of crows, a bunch of crows together. And I was like, look, it's a murder. It's a murder. And I get all excited. And then this came in the mail today, and I was like, oh my God. Like I have a very, I have a love for foxes, but I have a very deep connection to crows. I do. And I love the way birds smell. So, whatever. Okay, I'm going to see you guys later. Goodbye. Stupid. I forgot to show you guys something I got off of the Poshmark. Hold up. I want to show you guys this before I go. Hold up. It's a lamp. It's a clown lamp. That's what I got. Do you like it? He looks suspicious. He looks like he knows things. He might know something. You working with the feds? Okay, goodbye. He knows too many things. He knows too much.